Hi friends, welcome to Data Science tutorial series. As part of this tutorial series, Pandas hyphen Data Science, that's what basically we have kept the name. We are trying to go through the Pandas stuff and we are trying to understand how Pandas is helpful for doing data science activities, and it basically helps us to do a lot of data processing. So as part of this video, we are trying to understand a very important topic, that is stack and unstack. So before I take you to the stack and unstack concept, I just want to show you the data that we are going to use for this, so that the concepts related to stack and unstack will be clear. So we'll try to now basically go to the data. So now we have this data. Say for example, here there is it's a share market data or a stock data. So it's a name. Basically the data is like, you have the company, so you can see this is the company, then the name of the company is HDFC Bank, then there is a Kotak Mahindra Bank, then Reliance Industries, then you have again HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank and Reliance Industries. Now what we have done is, this is the price information, that is the share price information, and this is the price to earning ratio. So this is a terminology that is used in share market, which is called as price to earning ratio, and these are the dates. So that means on this particular date, the share value of HDFC Bank was say 1999, and then the price to earning was say 28.56. Similarly, Kotak Bank was say 1164, the price to earning was 50.61. Similarly for Reliance, like that. Now this is some old data. Now the question here is, what are we trying to basically infer from this data? So the point here is, there are basically in this Excel file, basically there are two levels of header. Like this is called as level 0 header and this is called as level 1 header. Why? So this is like a first where 1 is written, so this is like a level 0 and this is the level 1. So you have this two pieces of information, or two levels of information rather, and you are trying to depict it through this. Now this particular is not a good view, or because this is like you have this information. Now from where you can get this information, first let's understand, and then we will go to the topic that we are trying to do as part of data processing. So this information you can basically get it here from the site which is called as moneycontrol.com, and then if you go to this site and if you search here, you can get, if you just type HDFC Bank, so you can get here HDFC Bank. If I type, I already have typed, so you will get, and you click on it, so you are going to get this information. Now here when you want to get the, if you scroll down, you will get some little initial information here. The P by E can be available here, like that. So their basic information, little bit of information is available here, and obviously this is 2020 and I am showing you the data which was taken earlier, little bit earlier probably, and just to take a little existing data. So what we have basically is, you can get all the details here. If you just click on say financials, then you can get all these details. Those people who are interested to do much more in data processing on say share value, and when they want to do fundamental analysis, how the company is growing or how the company is performing, so all that data is available. So you can take this data and you can basically do the lot of processing. Here there is, you will get net profit and what is profit before tax and all that. So a lot of what are the non-performing assets, NPAs and all that you will get. There is another site where you can get this information, and this is basically the site of National Stock Exchange. So this is the NSEindia.com, and here also if you type, you will get the details. All those details can be made available here also. Once you type whatever the price, whatever the share you are looking, you can basically get it. So you can just type and then you can also get it through this. So there are other sources also. NSE is the stock exchange actually providing you the data, and this is a money control which is basically also providing you the data, and they basically have done a lot of other data is made very easily available. That's why many people use this moneycontrol.com. So now let's go to our presentation. So here we are going to understand stack and unstack concept. So let me show you another data which we are going to use in this presentation. Here we have the data, say for example, say of 2017 quarterly data and then quarterly data of 2018. Again here we have basically put here, these are the price details and these are the say income details. So here what we have done is, this is the price information, that is share price, this is the P by E which I have told you earlier, this is the sales information. So again you basically can get all this information from here, like sales and all that you can basically get from other things, like there are other things like balance sheet, cash flows and all that. So obviously I have already pulled it for you, but that such data is available from money control or even from the NSE. So this is the another Excel file. So here now you can see there is net sales data as well as the profit after tax, or PAT it is called as in this terminology. So now if you look at it, actually this is the first row, this is the second row, and this is the third row. That means now we are talking about 3 levels before actual data starts. And in the previous file that I have shown you, Excel file, so here basically I was showing you this previous file. So here there were 2 levels, like this is the first row and this is the second row, or people basically call it as level 0 and level 1, or header 0 and header 1, like that. Basically these are the different terminologies. Now this is the data that is available in a .xls file. So these are the two files that we are going to use. So let's now go to our presentation. So now here we are basically going to do the analysis. So for that we are going to understand the stack and unstack concept, and we are going to do it hands on. So stack means, as we know, stack means you can stack of books, say stack of basically plates and all that. Now here it is at the view level, or at the UI level, or at the basically how you want to see the data, because data is huge. As I was showing you, I pulled out only few data, still it was basically a bit confusing at times to see. So the share market data or similar data is quite huge in it's quite huge, not just in size but also the number of columns and all that will be, levels of header and all that will be quite good in number. So you require a way to process that. So stack, basically what is it going to do? So it basically going to stack the prescribed level from the column to index. So in a way what it is doing, basically it is going to do a reshaping of the data frame or series. So that means you have some data that I have shown you in the XLS file, and it is basically now you want it to be reshaped, and once again you want it to be back as a data frame or a series. So basically you basically stack the prescribed level. That means there is a level you are going to tell, you are prescribing, so you are going to prescribe from column to index. Then it is going to return a reshaped data having a multi-level index with one or more new innermost levels compared to the current data frame. That means whatever the input, current data frame is the input, compared to that it is basically going to reshape it and it is going to start with the innermost level. So once we go to the demonstration, this concept will be clear, otherwise this language is little difficult to understand. Then new innermost levels are created. Why? Because we are now going to reshape it. So new innermost levels are created by pivoting the columns of the current data frame. If the columns have a single level, so output will be a series, obvious because if it is a single level then it is going to be a series. If the columns have multiple levels, then the new index levels or new index level or new index levels are taken from the prescribed level. That means whatever the level you are prescribing, and the output is again a data frame. So essentially you take a data frame, you do some processing on it, you reshape it. Just to put it in very simple words, you have a data frame which is having multiple levels of header information. You do the reshaping of that, and you are once again going to get a data frame as per you want to basically reshape it. So for that you basically are going to make use of a functionality called as data frame stack. So you basically have a stack. So stack is a data frame dot stack is essentially we are going to make use of that, and it basically takes the level parameter, and that is what it is called as a prescribed level. So you are going to now prescribe. So it is an integer value. So level is an integer value, and level to stack from column axis onto the index axis, because you always will have two things, one will be the column axis and another is an index. So it is going to do that job. Now the way in which you can do the stacking, there is a corollary of that, and that is called as unstacking. So when we do the demonstration or hands-on of this, this thing also will be clear. So as a part of demonstration, we are basically going to do the demo of stack and unstack. So as a part of part A, we are basically divided this demo into parts. So in the part A, we are going to read a CSV file with the data, and it's a two level header that I have shown you. So the create the stack as per level of header, that means level 0 and level 1. Then you show the data frame with stack, that means at the level 0. Then you show the data frame with stack at the level 1. Then you do the unstacking. Then in the next part B of the demo, we basically read another CSV file. Let us say that it has 3 level header, and I have shown you that data file also. You create a stack as per the level of header, that means 0, 1, 2. Then you show the data frame with the stack, that means with the different levels 0, 1, 2. So this itself is quite interesting, because this is one of the way that you process the data, and then you take a look at how the people use this when they want to basically do the stock data processing, that means how the companies are behaving when they want to do the fundamental analysis of the companies and all that. So that's the place where you can apply these concepts and do it, and I already have shown you from where this stock data can be made available. Those people who are interested to understand this more about stack and unstack, you can get the details on pandas.puidata.org, and then there is a pandas documentation, and then you just look for stack and unstack. So now we will basically go through the demo as part of the next video. Thank you.